In the modern age, the allure of convenience has transformed the way we live, often to our detriment. Work-from-home setups, prolonged hours behind screens, and leisure activities that involve more scrolling than strolling have turned once active individuals into sedentary shadows of their former selves. This shift might not feel immediate or noticeable until the day arrives when even a short walk leaves one breathless or climbing a flight of stairs becomes a Herculean task. The human body, a marvel of adaptability, is built to respond to the demands placed upon it. But when those demands dwindle, the body recalibrates, conserving energy by shedding what it no longer uses. Strength, stamina, and endurance, all carefully honed through movement and exertion, begin to erode quietly in the background. For many, this process goes unnoticed until circumstances force a confrontation with the reality of physical decline. Modern sedentary lifestyles often create a deceptive sense of well-being. For someone who rarely exerts themselves, it's easy to assume that strength and stamina remain intact. Everyday routines that involve minimal physical effort, sitting for hours, lying in bed, or taking short, leisurely walks, provide little feedback on physical fitness. The body becomes accustomed to inactivity, and because it isn't being tested, its capabilities seem unchanged. But this is an illusion. Without consistent physical activity, muscle mass diminishes, a process called sarcopenia. This age-related loss of muscle begins as early as the 30s, but accelerates with prolonged inactivity. While the changes might not be visible to the naked eye in the early stages, the impact on performance is undeniable when the body is finally put to the test. For individuals accustomed to labor-intensive lifestyles, the shift is particularly stark. Those who once engaged in physically demanding jobs, lifting, walking, and exerting themselves for hours, often find themselves at a significant disadvantage when their routines become sedentary. The skills and strength they once took for granted are no longer readily available. The disconnection between perception and reality grows, leaving many unprepared for the moment when they must rely on their physical capacity. Deconditioning doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual, almost imperceptible process that unfolds over months and years. Without the regular challenge of physical activity, the cardiovascular system becomes less efficient and muscles atrophy. These changes are compounded by metabolic shifts, reduced insulin sensitivity, lower calorie expenditure, and a slowdown in overall metabolism that increase the risk of chronic conditions like obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Yet, the impact is often masked. For someone who doesn't engage in strenuous activity, the decline in muscle strength and endurance might feel irrelevant. It's only when the body is pushed, whether during a hike, a move, or an impromptu sports game, that the extent of the deterioration becomes glaringly obvious. Even seemingly simple activities like prolonged walking or carrying groceries up a flight of stairs can leave a formerly capable individual gasping for air or struggling to recover. The realization of physical decline is often accompanied by a profound sense of frustration, embarrassment, or even shame. For many, it's a wake-up call that highlights the gulf between who they were and who they've become. Activities that were once effortless now seem daunting, and the resulting loss of confidence can discourage individuals from pursuing opportunities for physical or social engagement. This emotional toll is particularly acute for those who once identified as physically strong or active. The stark contrast between past and present abilities can erode self-esteem and create a barrier to re-engaging with physical activity. Yet, acknowledging the problem is the first step toward reversing it. While the decline in strength and stamina may feel irreversible, the human body remains remarkably resilient, capable of rebuilding even after years of neglect. The good news is that no matter how long someone has been inactive, it's possible to rebuild strength and endurance. The process begins with small, consistent steps that gradually reintroduce the body to movement. Even low-intensity activities like walking, stretching, or bodyweight exercises can set the stage for more significant improvements over time. Resistance training, in particular, plays a crucial role in reversing muscle loss. By challenging muscles through weightlifting or resistance bands, The body stimulates the growth of new muscle fibers, rebuilding strength and improving metabolic health. Cardio exercises, such as walking, cycling, or swimming, enhance cardiovascular efficiency and stamina, making everyday activities less taxing. The key is consistency. Small efforts, repeated regularly, yield compounding benefits that restore the body's capabilities over weeks and months. For those who find the prospect of exercise daunting, the psychological benefits of movement can provide additional motivation. Physical activity releases endorphins, improves mood, and reduces stress, creating a positive feedback loop that makes it easier to maintain momentum. Over time, the physical and emotional gains reinforce each other, creating a foundation for long-term health and well-being. The rise of sedentary lifestyles isn't just a personal health concern. It's a public health issue with far-reaching consequences. As more people adopt inactive habits, the prevalence of chronic diseases tied to physical inactivity continues to rise. Conditions like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease are not only more common, but also more severe among those who lack physical fitness. The economic burden of treating these conditions, coupled with the loss of productivity and quality of life, underscores the urgent need for societal change. Reversing this trend requires a cultural shift that prioritizes movement in everyday life. Urban design, workplace policies, and community programs all have a role to play in encouraging physical activity. Creating environments that make walking, biking, and other forms of exercise accessible and appealing is essential for fostering a more active society. For individuals grappling with the effects of a sedentary lifestyle, the journey back to fitness begins with a single step, literally and metaphorically. Recognizing the impact of inactivity is a crucial first step toward reclaiming physical health. By setting achievable goals, seeking support, and celebrating small victories, anyone can rebuild their strength, stamina, and confidence over time. The lesson is clear. The human body is designed for movement. When we honor that design, we unlock its full potential, enabling us to lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. The cost of inactivity is steep, but the rewards of reversing it are boundless. For those willing to take the first step, the road to recovery promises not only physical transformation, but also a renewed sense of vitality and purpose. And that's the reality of a sedentary lifestyle. Deceptively comfortable, but silently taking a toll on your strength, stamina, and overall health. The good news? It's never too late to make a change. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your body bounce back stronger than ever. If this story resonates with you, let us know in the comments. What steps are you taking to stay active or get back in shape? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights and inspiration. See you in the next video.